All right, so that went well. I mean, it wasn't amazing. It wasn't proof of the package being like great and everything. Because honestly, I don't think it had anything to do with the package. I think it had to do with the fact that the race was good. Had nothing to do with the new Aero package. It had nothing to do with all that because we would have seen the same kind of racing last year. So, the restarts were really the only kind of showing of the Aero package, and the restarts were good. I'll give it that. But long green flag runs, other than the finish, were kind of boring. Like that beginning green flag run was awful. Like where just Harvick pulled out, he pulled away by a long shot. That was awful. That was just dreadful. I was like, no one's gonna do anything. Like that's my main complaint, is that if somebody pulls out to a lead, they're not gonna be able to be caught back up to until they pit or if they make a mistake. Because he pulled out by like 4 seconds, and then it was just by that point, it was just no point in even trying because you're not going to be able to do anything. Luckily, there was a stage caution, but at the same time, kind of not luckily. Like, I wonder how all these races would have changed, like, if there wasn't stage cautions. Like, if you think about it, like if there wasn't stage cautions, like, how would all these races be different? I think about that sometimes, like the entire complexity of last season could be changed based on if there was a stage cautions or not. Who knows? Who knows? And if there's no stage points given out, I mean, just the entire complexity of the season could be entirely changed based on if there were stage cautions or stage points or not. But who knows? I think stage cautions affect it negatively, maybe positive. Sometimes they're cool, sometimes they're not. But I don't care about the stage points. I just don't really like the stage cautions. But at the same time, it was kind of like that the first stage caution was useful. The first stage caution was nice. After the second stage, like coming to the end of the second stage, the racing was pretty nice already, so wasn't really needed. But if there weren't any stage cautions, it would have been a caution-free race, which we never see. We never see that. And to think that what would have been a caution-free race was such an amazing race. Like, it was an awesome race. I really enjoyed that race. And I know not much happened action-wise, like, not enough crashes. Like, there weren't any crashes. Like, nothing really happened, but it was still an amazing race. Like, to think that Kyle Busch had a speeding penalty, he came back from 20th place, one lap down, to being in third place, like a second back. Like, that's amazing. That's great racing. That's great driving. That's just amazing. And he would have got the triple too, if it weren't for that. But ultimately, I'll give the race a 7 out of 10. No, 7.5 out of 10. I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. Xfinity race was great. That was a great race. Also, that was probably the best race of the weekend. Really, which never happens. Like, it was opposite order of the best races. Like usually it's Trucks, Cup, Xfinity. Now this weekend it was Xfinity, Cup, Trucks. Because the Xfinity race was amazing. There was amazing racing, amazing finish, crashes. They had the whole deal. I mean, it was really everything. I didn't watch the entire thing. I had it on for the final half of the race, but I really watched the last 20 laps. And that was amazing. It was amazing racing. I thought they were going to have a three-way battle for the finish. But then they kept crashing, so that didn't happen. And that was cool. The crashes were fun. I mean, besides Brandon Jones, I was worried that he was because that's one of the kind of crashes that hurt you. That's one of the kind of crashes that are dangerous. I was kind of worried that he got injured or something, but luckily he walked out and he was all right. Tyler Reddick's crash, Christopher Bell's crash. At that point, I was just fuck. I was just fuck that, bro. Because they were they had a really good shot at winning, but it brought Ross into the top 10, so that was good. Made him get a top 10 finish. So I guess you could say I'm happy about that. I think Justin Haley got a top 10 finish too. I'm not sure exactly where he finished, but I think he did relatively good. Let's hope. I don't remember where he finished, but Ross finished 7th. And then Kyle Busch won that race, which is cool. And then the truck race. The truck race just sucked. It was complete utter garbage. Like nothing happened the entire race. I think there might have been. I don't even remember. I watched the entire race, so I don't even remember what happened. Like it was just awful though. Even though Kyle Busch won, which I kind of like. In the lower series, I'm getting kind of sick of Kyle Busch winning, like because it's just not necessary anymore. Like it was fun back in 2011 and stuff like that. 2011, 2012, 2010. That was fun, but it's just not fun anymore. It doesn't feel the same. You know, that was back when the Xfinity Series was pretty much the Cup Series 2.0. Like, they had Carl Edwards, they had Kyle Busch, they had Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Matt Kenseth, like, racing in there, like, every week. That was fun. Like, that was a lot of fun. And there would be, like, rivalries built up in those series from the Cup drivers that would then carry over to the Cup Series. I enjoyed that a lot. But it doesn't happen anymore. Yeah. So I'd rate the Xfinity race 8.5 out of 10. And I'd rate the truck race a 4.5 out of 10. No, just a 4 out of 10. Fuck it, 4 out of 10. They don't even deserve the 0.5. That race is complete utter shit. But the Cup race was 7.5. The Xfinity race was 8.5. But yeah. We really don't have much left to talk about in this video. The qualifying. We have qualifying to talk about. The qualifying, I enjoyed the qualifying, but I always enjoy qualifying. Like I've always enjoyed qualifying. Like every format of qualifying that has ever existed, I've enjoyed. Like every one. Even back like when it was a single car qualifying, like in 2010, like when it was just a single car qualifying, like it'd be 2 laps. One car would be out, and they do like they'd have like that little graphic showing at the bottom, and with that little arrow that would like show exactly what position they're in at that exact point of the qualifying run. I enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun to watch. It was fun to watch like I watched like a lot of qualifying at the end of last year, like right before the truck race would be on, and that was fun. And then like now it's just also fun. So like because it's like close and everything. So I understand from a driver's standpoint how it might not be fun, but for me, I think it's always been fun to watch. So I don't really find it like an outrage. But from a driver's perspective, I know Ryan Blaney had said that like he used to have a lot of fun qualifying, but now he doesn't. So I don't know. I've always loved qualifying, so it's just me. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I have to talk about. If you guys like this video, like on it. If you dislike this video, dislike. And hey, comment, tell me exactly what I did wrong. Be sure to subscribe to notifications. And as always, goodbye to Katie Cats.